There was a man sent from Jehovah, whose name was Yohanan ben Zechariah. He came as a witness to bear witness of the light, and all men, through that all men might believe. He was not the light, but bore witness to the light, the true light, which enlightens every man who comes into the world. He made the world, and he came into the world, but the world did not know him. He came unto his own people, but they did not receive him. But as many as believed in him, which enlightens every man who comes into the world. He made the world, but did not know him. The world did not know him. He came unto his own, but they did not receive him. But as many as believed in him and received him, to them he granted the authority to become the sons of Jehovah, who were begotten not according to bloodline, nor according to the desire of the flesh, nor according to the determination of man, but according to the will of Jehovah alone. The Word became flesh and tabernacled among us. We witnessed his judgment, and the judgment of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Yohanan bare witness of him and proclaimed, "This is he of whom I spoke. He that comes after me is greater than I am, for he was before me. From his magnificent majesty we have all received grace upon grace." The Torah was given by grace through Moses. The reality of grace came through Yeshua Messiah. No man hath ever seen the Almighty, yet the only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, has made him known. Honor and beloved of Jehovah Theophilus, seeing that many have endeavored to record a narrative of the things which are certainly believed among his disciples, and even as they were set their hand to the task, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers. Of the word, it also seemed good to me, having an accurate understanding, to document these things in chronological order from the very beginning. Thus I have done, so that you might become thoroughly acquainted and absolutely certain about the things to which you have been instructed. That is the scroll of the meaning of the Yeshua, Messiah, the son of David, to the son of Abraham. There was in the days of Herod, king of Yehuda, a particular Cohen named Zechariah of the course of Avieha. His wife was the daughter of Aaron, and her name was Elisaveh. They were both righteous and walked blamelessly in all the commandments and ordinances of Jehovah, yet they had no children, and Elisheva was barren, and they both were well advanced in years. Now it came to pass, while Zechariah executed the Cohen's duties before Yehovah in the order of his course, according to the instructions concerning the responsibilities of the Kohanim. The ballot fell upon Zechariah to burn incense in the temple of Yehovah. At that time, the entire multitude assembled in the Temple Mount for the Feast of Shavuot was praying in the outer court at the time of the incense offering. While they prayed, Zechariah saw an angel of Yehovah standing on the right side of the golden altar of incense. When Zechariah saw him, he was terrified and overcome with dread. But the angel said, "Fear not, Zechariah, for your prayer has been heard, and your wife Elisheva will bear you a son, and ye shall call his name Yohanan." You will have great joy, and many will be exceedingly glad on account of his birth. For he will be great in the eyes of Jehovah. He shall not drink wine nor any strong drink, and he will be filled with the Ruach Kodesh, Holy Spirit, from his mother's womb. He shall turn many of the children of Israel to their Elohim, and shall go before Jehovah in the spirit and power of Eliyahu, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children. He shall cause the disobedience to understand, the disobedient to understand righteousness, and make ready a people prepared for Jehovah. Zechariah answered the angel, How shall I father this son? I am old, and my wife is past childbearing years. The angel replied, I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of the Almighty, and was sent to speak unto you and announce these glad tidings. But because ye did not believe my words, which shall certainly be fulfilled in their appointed time, behold, you will be deaf and unable to speak until the day of these things come to pass. Now the people were amazed that Zechariah delayed so long in the temple. And when he came out to pronounce the Aaronic blessing, he could not speak. The multitude recognized that he might have seen a vision in the temple. He motioned to them, and yet he remained speechless. Three, 4. And it came to pass, as soon as the days of Zechariah's temple service were accomplished, he departed to his house. After the days of Zechariah, Elisheva convinced and conceived and secluded herself for 5 months. Elisheva spoke, this was Jehovah's plan for me. He prepared me for the very moment in which he at last looked down upon me and removed the shame and humiliation that I have suffered among my people. And in the 6th month of Elisheva's pregnancy, the angel Gabriel was sent from Jehovah to the village in Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin named Miriam, a descendant of King David, who was betrothed to a man named Joseph ben Eli, also a descendant of David. The angel came to Miriam and said, Rejoice, highly favored one. Jehovah is with you. Blessed are you among women. When Miriam saw him, she was greatly troubled by his greeting, and searched her mind as to the meaning of this salutation. And the angel said unto her, Miriam, fear not, you have found grace with the Almighty. Now listen very carefully, and you shall conceive in your womb and bear a son, and you shall name his name, and you shall name him Yeshua. He shall be highly esteemed, and the title shall be His title shall be the Son of the Highest, Yehovah Elohim. Shall give unto him the throne of his father David, and he shall reign over the house of Yaakov forever, and his kingdom there shall be no end. Miriam asked the angel, "How can this be? I have never been intimate with a man." And the angel replied, "The Ruach Kodesh will descend upon you, and the power of the Most High will cover you. Therefore, the Holy One who will be born of you shall be called the Son of Elohim." Listen carefully. Your cousin Elisheva, who was called barren one, has conceived in her old age. She is now in the 6th month of her pregnancy. With the Almighty, nothing is impossible. Miriam said, "Behold, I am the handmaid of Yehovah. Let it be done according to your word." The angel then departed. In those days, first week, 10th month, 3997 FC, December 4th BC, before the Common Era. FC, I don't know what that is, from creation. In those days, Miriam arose and departed with haste into a village in the hill country of Judea. And it came to pass that Miriam entered the house of Zechariah and saluted Elizabeth. At the moment that Elisheva heard the greeting of Miriam, the babe leaped in her womb. Elisheva overflowed with the Ruach Kodesh and cried out, "You are blessed among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. But why am I so favored that the mother of Adonai come to visit me? As soon as the sound of your greeting reached my ears, the babe in my womb leaped for joy, because she who believed in the things which were told her from Yehovah, for they are surely shall be fulfilled." Miriam cried out, "My soul glorifies Yehovah. My spirit rejoices in Yehovah, my deliverer. He has considered the lowly handmaid, and from this day forward, all generations that call me blessed. The Mighty One has accomplished magnificent things in me. Holy is his name, Yehovah. His mercy is upon those who reverence and obey him from generation to generation. He has shown the strength of his arm and has scattered those who are proud into the imagination of their hearts. He has cast down the Almighty from their homes, from their thrones. and has called the lowly, has exalted the lowly. He hath fulfilled the hungry with good things, and has sent the rich away empty. In remembrance of his mercy, he has helped his servant Israel, just as he promised to our fathers, to Abraham and to his seed forever. And Miriam abode with Elisheba nearly 3 months, and returned to her father's house in Nazareth. Number 9. Now Elisheba full time came that she should be delivered, and she brought forth a son. Her neighbors and relatives heard how Jehovah had shown great mercy to her, and they all rejoiced with her. And it came to pass in the 8th day after his birth that they came to circumcise the child. When they called him Zechariah after his father's name, his mother said, No, he shall be called Johanan. But they said unto her, No, none of your relatives are called by that name. So they made signs unto Zechariah, saying, asking him what he would name his son. And he motioned for the writing slate and wrote, His name is Johanan. All the people marveled when Zechariah's mouth was immediately opened, and he spoke for the first time in over 9 months, and praised Jehovah, and according and overflowing with the Ruach Kodesh, Zechariah prophesied. Blessed be Jehovah, Elohim of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed the people, his people, and has raised up for us a horn of salvation from the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets from the beginning of the age, that we shall be saved from our enemies and rescued from the hand of all those that hate us. He has performed the mercy he promised to our fathers, and he remembered his holy covenant. And out the oath which he swore to our father Abraham, that he would grant as us deliverance out of the hand of our enemies, that we might serve him without fear, and stand before him in holiness, and live in righteousness all the days of our life. And you, little child, you will be called the prophet of the Most High, for you will go before the face of Jehovah and prepare his way. You will give the knowledge of salvation to his people throughout the forgiveness of their sins, though the tender mercy of Elohim, through the tender mercy of Elohim, whereby the rising sun from the heaven has visited us to give light to those who sit in darkness and under the shadow of death, and to guide our feet in the way of peace. Now when these things were enthusiastically reported throughout the hill country of Yehudah, a great reverence and respect came upon all who dwell there. Those who heard these words pondered them in their hearts and said, "What will become of this little child?" And the hand of Jehovah was upon him.